Likewise, it is not possible for me to restrain the external cause of things, but should I restrain this mind of mine, what more we need to restrain all else. So this is example. So means it is very important to to control the mind and discipline the mind. So many great masters said, base your dharma, base your mind on the dharma. And many, like Indian masters said, base your dharma on the humble life, and base your humble life on the thought of understanding impermanence. Base your impermanence and empty, barren, hollow. So that means we cannot control the external enemies. External enemy is limitless, infinite. But if we control our internal enemy, anger, hatred, so then we will subdue all the enemies. So that's the example. And also we're talking about the joyful effort. So remember we have 6 perfections. Generosity is the morality, patient, joyful effort, concentration, wisdom, realizing emptiness. All depends on all these 6 perfections. Depends on the mind, depends on your practice and meditation. So therefore, when we talk about here, the joyful effort is kind of like voluntarily you put effort to do good things. It's not like something we call transcendental effort. It's not like we are putting effort to doing negative things. These are we're not talking about here. People put effort to do bad things, create negative things. But we are not talking about here. Shantideva is talking transcendental effort. Transcendental effort means you voluntarily put effort to do good things. Put effort to cultivate, virtuous and good karma, something like that. And so therefore, in order to develop this transcendental joyful effort, we need authentic teacher, because you are relying on the teacher. The authentic teacher and authentic teaching with the lineage, and then you will receive the blessing. No blessing. We used to say in Tibet, no blessing from the Guru, no realization. So we will receive blessing from the Guru and disciple, because from a Buddhist perspective and Buddha's teaching, the Guru is kind of like foundation of all our good qualities. So you rely on the Guru, but you have to understand, build relationship between Guru and disciple. So if you have kind of like, if you have devotion from your heart, then we used to say in Tibet, you will receive the blessing of the Guru. When you receive the blessing from the Guru, then you study and then you think realization will come. I will tell you one story about this one master in Gintin Chapel. Is the great master, one great master Tibetan. So he's a great scholar, I came to India maybe to spend 2 years traveling in India and lighting the pilgrimage of the Buddhas. Great Gedun. I'm sure everyone heard Gedun, very, very great master. So one day he was giving teaching in Lhasa in the balcony. And he's later he drinking, drinking alcohol. Great master. And his disciple is not drinking. So he's offering, beer and Gedun drinking, and he's teaching and teaching. And eventually, a disciple is not drinking, right? And then the alcohol smell from the disciple's mouth, And then eventually he was drunk, He never drank. So this is kind of like, if you believe Guru from your heart, so you will receive blessing, something like making connection. So this is kind of like, when we talk about understanding transcendental joyful effort, is kind of like we are looking something good, right? We are looking something good. We are looking for long time our benefit. So it's kind of like joyful effort is voluntarily you desire to create good things, and not pushed by other. You see the purpose, you receive teachings, and then you start practicing, and then you see the purpose, and then you are doing this voluntarily. So that kind of attitude is called the transcendental joyful effort. So transcendental joyful effort is very important. It's kind of, it will sustain your practice. If you put this effort continuously, it's kind of like river, following continuously, something like that. So this will sustain your practice in meditation. So this is we call this transcendental joyful effort. And next is, although the development of merely clear state of concentration can result in taking birth in the Brahma realm, physical and vocal actions can not so result when accompanied by weak mental contact. So this is now we are talking about here transcendental like concentration, which is like we are talking about here calm abiding or samadhi, samadhi. So samadhi means first we have two types of meditation, right? Analytical meditations. So we can say something like how to practice general meditation. And then number two, how to practice specific meditation. And number three, how can we conclude the meditation practice. And number four, what should do after postponed meditation period. So these four are very important. You start practice general meditation, then you practice specific meditation, and then you conclude your practice with a dedication. And then most of our time we spend with meditation. So this is great Master Lama Tsongkhapa said, when you do the analytical meditation, you should know what subject you are going to contemplate. You should know how what is the purpose and how long I can contemplate on this analytical meditation. So Lama Tsongkhapa explained that when you start doing analytical meditation, you have subject, you have meditation object. So you have to know the meditation object and contemplate and how long. So when you start beginning meditation, then you should follow whatever you decided. Like you should follow, if you before you decided I will meditate 20 minutes, you should just 20 minutes stop the meditation. That's analytical meditation. So analytical meditation, when you analyze your object of meditation, then you, after this, you do the single-pointed meditation, which is kind of like making your mind familiar with the meditation object. And eventually, it will turn into indestructible good mental attitude. This is so analytical meditation is like analyzing and contemplate, and then through analytical meditation, then you practice single-pointed meditation, which means you are trying to familiar with the meditation object, and eventually the meditation object became natural. It's kind of like object and subject become oneness. Remember? So if you have a good friend, you're very familiar with this friend, just remember the friend, just natural. So it's something like meditation. The purpose of single-pointed meditation is to make your mind familiar with the meditation object and change your mental attitude with this indestructible good attitude. So that is kind of like general meditation. Then specific meditation, what kind? There are different types of meditation, isn't it? You are meditating on from Guru Yoga down to the enlightenment, impermanence, law of causality, meditation. So different. So specific, you choose specific meditation object. For example, like if you choose meditation, you are meditating on the impermanence. So this is specific meditation object, right? So then this specific meditation object, you are similar. You are meditating on impermanence. So you're analyzing, thinking, what is nature of impermanence, and then contemplating, and then after, then you hold this, and your mind familiar with nature of impermanence, it's specific. So it's kind of like you are doing one subject meditation, but looking after this, I want to do this, after this, making kind of like schedule, So one by one, specific meditation. So when we do the specific meditation with these two, right, using this analytical meditation and the single-pointed mind, and make conclusion. Your conclusion is, so you conclude this meditation with dedication with the Bodhisattva Samanthavara's offering. It's a special Bodhisattva who dedicate our any meditation, right? You are dedicating, number one is to benefit other sentient beings as much as. Number two, you are dedicating the people who do not receive Dharma teaching, wish they will receive Dharma teaching in the future. So that make general meditation with the two categories of meditation, go to specific meditation, make conclusion. And then after you finish your meditation, then this is the most important the postponed meditation section is the most time we spend, right? So that means Lama Tsongkhapa said there are 4 meditation sections in your daily life, right? One meditation section is before sunrise, one early morning before noon, one afternoon, one evening. But these are like great yogi, They are very busy, 24 hours they're meditating. They're like full-time job, they are meditating. But we cannot do like this, right? But we can make we can make 3 sections, meditation. You don't have to be meditate long, but short duration. But with a fresh, alert, freshness mind, we can meditate these 3 sections, morning with the freshness, afternoon with the freshness, evening with the fresh mind. Start with fresh, finish with fresh, kind of like. So this meditation, generally speaking, meditation section, the 4, but we can make a short meditation duration. So what point here is, so when we do general specific conclusion meditation, then we finish meditation, you go into work or whatever, This is postponed meditation sections. So the postponed meditation section, what you have to do is, whatever you meditate, you carry this during the period of postponed meditation section. Whether you are reciting mantras, prayer, these are not very important, right? Your specific meditation, you start meditation and you carry this meditation during the post. If you meditate on compassion, your post-on meditation period, you are carrying this energy, loving kindness, impermanence. Whatever you meditate is your main target to carry during the period of post-on meditation section. But you can recite mantras, whatever you done, no problem. But your main target is to carrying this energy during the period of the post-on meditation section. So that is Lama Tsongkhapa said. So very important meditation, if you practice something like this, gradually we will change our mind, change our mental attitude. And now, so this is concentration, depends on the mind, right? We are talking about here, concentration means samadhi, calm abiding. We are talking about mental bliss and physical bliss. It means you can control your mind, right? When we talk about calm abiding, it means you just calming your mind without distraction, without mental dullness, just calming your mind, is no thinking, no thought. Calm abiding is kind of a non-conceptual mind, right? No thinking. When the mind is free from distraction, then meditation, right? When the mind is free from distraction, then it is kind of like meditation. So concentration depends on the mind. Next is no one of the reality has said that even if visitation and physical hardship are practiced for a long period of time, they will be meaningless if the mind is the brother and they to a brother. So they went inside the meditation. But his brother is the abbot of the monastery in Tibet, so he has lots of responsibility. So monks are there, so temple, lots of. And then they both went to the meditation cave in one. But his brother inside the meditation cave, where he was thinking, oh, what's going on in my monastery? And then his brother had clairvoyant, he realized, knock the door, you're not meditating. He said, no, I'm meditating inside there. No, your mind is not meditating, So he's thinking like that. So it means without, if we recite mantras, but it's good, but if mind is distracted, not very effective. So here, it's very important to discipline the mind, because one time all these Indian master, master is great Indian master Atisha came to Tibet, right, in 11th century, and he had 3 great disciples, Dhamma, which is the manifestation of generosity. His Holiness is believing that, and Mok is the translator of the Atisha. He's a kind of like king of one region, Tibet. And there are 3 disciples. Both are very important disciples of the Atisha. So they ask Atisha, what is the best practice? What is the best practice? So he replied, right? So first says, Atisha said, best scholar is one who understands ultimate nature of reality. Best scholar. So because we all are suffering, we have all a pain. Suffering comes from ignorance, not understanding the reality. We all are in this, what we call samsara, cycle of existence. So samsara and not understanding ultimate nature of reality, because we all are dominated by this ignorance, the suffering. So the scholar means, so if you understand the nature of reality, so when we talk about nature of reality, for example, like anger arises, then we are not looking from the anger itself, but looking the ultimate nature of the anger. What is the nature of anger? So when we look at the ultimate nature of anger, which means destructive, destroy your. So that is the nature we are talking about. Many people don't understand that nature means when anger arises, then they think maybe we should revenge. But that is not reality. Reality means not looking at anger itself, but looking the ultimate nature of anger. It means what is the nature of anger, to destroy you, peaceful mind, destroy. That is the. If you see the nature of reality, you have less pain and suffering, right? So you're not creating more suffering, right? At least during meditation time, at least you can minimize the problem, or you can cut the levels of the problem. And eventually you will know, I don't want to be angry, because the nature of anger is like fire. Fire nature is heat. So if you touch your finger in the fire, you burn your finger. It's not fault of the fire. Fire is hot. So you put your finger in the fire, is your fault. So similarly, right? So that's we are talking of. Best scholar is understanding the nature of reality, understanding the nature of afflictive emotions, not looking emotion itself, rather looking the nature of the different emotions, anger, jealousy, whatever, right? And then he said, best monk, nuns, or whatever is the person who taming the mind. So the taming the mind is inside, not outside. Right? So this is something happens, right? When you have problem, right? If you are taming the mind, you will look internally. Look, the internal means what my mind is thinking, what my mind is doing right now. My thought, right or wrong. My attitude, right or wrong. My understanding, right or wrong. What am I thinking? This kind of like, right? So it's kind of like when problem arise, you're looking internally, not looking, oh, somebody make me angry, somebody make me angry, right? So I'm blaming, oh, this person, blah, 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 I cannot stop my anger. If I look internal, my internal mind, then I will look what is the cause of this anger, what is the disadvantage. So these are like looking internal is taming the mind. Right? Taming the mind is not like looking outside, right? So if somebody blame you, if you think problem comes from this external object, it's not taming the mind. Taming the mind is looking internal problem, understanding seed, karmic seed. All these are kind of like that. Seed and external is temporary conditions. Just like that when we plant the seed, the man seed. In this cooperative causes and conditions, fertilizing, water. These are temporary conditions to ripen the seed. Exactly the same, So when he answered about best monkeys taming the mind. Right. And then he asked the best quality is benefiting others with compassion, with Bodhisattva mind. Because benefiting others will eventually benefit for yourself. Many people think if you help others, actually it is helping for yourself. Because remember when we talk about this altruistic Bodhisattva mind is combined with two attitudes, right? Combined with two mental factors, benefiting oneself and benefiting others. Yourself benefiting because you want to achieve your ultimate goal, enlightenment, depends on other factors. So when you compassion and helping for others, it automatically is helping yourself. So this kind of best quality, the best quality is helping others. When you is not religious, even not religious, right? If you help others, many people like you, right? Just not need to talk about religious. Just animal, helping each other, their company, They do this like this. Human being, you help others, more people will help you and concern about you. This is nature of human beings. But from the Mahayana Buddhist bliss, no limitation. Can go farther, farther, farther. Just like because the base of mental compassion is firm, it will go further, further, further. Physical bliss, there is limitation. You can't go far. But mental practice, concentration, no limitation. It will keep going like space. You can open your mind like space, no limitation. And so that's the one. See, the best quality is manifesting love. Then he said, best instructor is watching your mind all the time. Watching your mind all the time. Right? When we talk about watching our mind, right, what we are using? You are using alertness, awareness, mindfulness, and watching our, what am I talking, what am I thinking, what direction me going, right, wrong, good, bad. This is kind of like watch, like spy your mind, watching. So this is best instructor means if you watch your mind, then you know. When you watch your mind very often, you know the nature of your mind. When you know the nature of mind, right? This is what we are looking, right? We are looking about how to achieve this clear, luminosity nature of the mind. The only way we can see is watching the mind. So watching the mind. So watching the mind is... And then he said, best best remedy is understanding everything is intrinsic nature of emptiness. Everything is, no matter what phenomena, whatever appears to your mind, it always appears something, independently, something objectively. It appears your mind very solid, concrete, and we cling and grasp. That's the problem, isn't it? Any phenomena doesn't matter, does have the nature of intrinsic nature of emptiness. When you see the intrinsic nature of phenomena, there's no grasping, because cannot go together. Intrinsic nature is the antidote of the grasping. And these two cannot go together. One opposes each other, like darkness and lightness. So when you're dark, you have the light on, dispel the darkness. When you light off, dark. This shows these two contradict and oppose each other. So similar internal emotion is exactly something like that, right? So that means best remedy because we are grasping, right? When we see the object or whatever object, attractive object, there's grasping. Unattractive object, there's grasping, grasping, right? But when we look at the intrinsic nature of attractive, unattractive, doesn't matter, it is open to the emptiness. The best way of life, Disha said, best way of life is the best way of life is practicing Dharma without worldly activities. We are talking about outwardly Dharma, right? Outwardly Dharma. When you're thinking about outwardly Dharma, then even you are reciting mantra is not real Dharma, because kind of like polluted with your Dharma, outwardly Dharma. if I'm expecting something back, then I'm not teaching Dharma, I'm expecting outwardly Dharma. So this way of life is abandoning the activities of the worldly life during meditation practice. And then Adisha said, best generosity is non-attachment. Best moral discipline is pacifying the mind. You know what I mean? Best patience is remain with humble attitude. Best joyful effort is giving away worldly activities. Best concentration is remain your mind without fix. Remember, we are talking about without fixing the mind. So when you fix the mind, then you block the mind. Fixing the mind means you just fix on one object, then you block the mind. Concentration means best concentration is mind free from fixation, mind free from distraction and agitation. Best wisdom is not mixing your mind with inherently existence. Remember, independently existence, inherently existence. Then, so these are the talking about how to discipline the mind, how to control your mind during meditation period. Let me talk about here one great Tibetan master, Jigme Lingpa said, transcendental generosity is found in the contentment. So he's talking about these worldly things never end until the moment we die. But if we drop that, then we can end. It is nature, right? It means you will never end dissatisfaction. Contentment is kind of like you're satisfied, right? It is kind of like when there's no end of this worldly, always coming something new, one more. Everything, every garage full, you're collecting and then something like. But this is here talking about transcendental generosity. Its essence is just simply let go. Let go. Discipline is not to displease the three jewels. So three jewels, right? When you are Buddhist, then you are relying on the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. The Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha is your witness. Doesn't matter wherever you are. So if you believe you are Buddhist, right, then you have to follow the triple gem is your witness. Then you should not displease the triple gem. Instead, please the triple gem. So then this is moral discipline, taking care of your daily activities, abandoning your actions of the body, speech and mind. And the best patience is unfailing mindfulness and awareness. The diligence is need to sustain all the other perfections. Concentration is to experience as the deity is all the appearance to which one clings. So, wisdom is liberation from the grasping and clinging. So wisdom is antidote to the grasping and clinging, right? In it, there is neither thinking nor thinker. It is not ordinary. It is free from fixed convictions. It is beyond suffering. It is supreme peace. Do not tell this to everyone. No, I achieved this. And His Holiness said, study 40, 50 years, still no realization of emptiness. So then, what about us? Impossible, right? Impossible like me. I'm sure I'm not know my position. I'm sure where am I? I'm sure what am I doing in my daily life? not like. So that means don't tell this story, keep in the secret means we do in Tibetan tradition. Okay, I'm not saying all the more. I've been spending the monastery. There are many great masters, men very humble, and never say I achieved this. Never ever, just say, but keep going. But they will show a sign when they passed away, like meditation or clear light or something like. Okay, this is my teaching tonight, and next week I'm busy, so no teaching, so I'm quite busy man. So following week. Okay, thank you.